The biggest hurdle that disruptors face today is actually getting acceptance of their big exponential ideas, because if we're going to disrupt, it's usually an outcome rather than a beginning. So disruption tends to be an over-the-top play, or it will be something that's global, it's scalable globally. So when you start with something that's a kernel of an idea, investors are going to be looking at, well, how can they scale up and how can they make money out of it? But sometimes a really good idea might not have the revenue components from the beginning. It might have more around what its purpose is, what the meaning behind it is. So actually translating purpose into commercial outcomes will be one of the disruptors' biggest challenges. The most surprising inspiration has come from Dr. Anna Barker, whom I have been working very closely with now for at least 3 years. She is a formidable human being. She has a big vision for humanity. She wants to create legacy platforms for the world. And she's not just saying it, she's doing it. And because she's a person of high character, high integrity, high influence, and a lot of power, she can effect great change at a very high level in a short amount of time. And so it's been just such a gift to work with her. Well, on paper, collaboration's pretty easy, but in reality, we're dealing with human nature and we're dealing with people. And every single person comes with a different set of complexities. So we don't just have to navigate around strategy with collaboration, but we have to navigate around the human condition. And that can change daily. So the really important pieces around collaboration is to understand and embrace diversity, to lean into challenges and to triggers from people or circumstances and situations. It's also around embracing people's ideas and iterating them, so we don't ever go into collaboration with a fixed viewpoint, but we always stay on mission and have clarity of our mission. So the most important thing around collaboration is to stay on the ride, because it's quite a wild ride, and to keep people engaged, you have to continually communicate. But you don't necessarily have to communicate to everyone all at once at the same time. People pop up into collaborations when they're meant to be there, and then they can back off again depending on the journey that they're on. For example, there are some people that will come into a collaboration for a specific purpose and for one role. They don't have to be in the collaboration for the entire duration. So the key around collaboration is that it's a very complex design, and you have to pick and choose your team and also make sure that your core team has enough diversity in it that you can truly create synergy from the diversity in that group. The single innovation that can be applied to each industry is that ideas have a metaphysical energy. So when it's right, it will flow. And when you create that flow and you create momentum, people actually want to be a part of something great. There is a fear of missing out sometimes in people. You've got to also be mindful of those with ego, because they might just want to be on the ride right on your own coattails. But fundamentally, what's relevant for anyone who's working in the innovation space is that when it's right, it will attract who it's meant to attract, and it will take a life of its own on.